introduce myself. Hello and welcome to another episode of the No Ordinary Woman chat show. And we've been talking amongst ourselves, as you might have guessed. We're having a bit too much fun on set. There's been talk of Ribena and sarsaparilla, private jokes. But we're so happy that you're with us, joining us live here, because we have two amazing, phenomenal guests for you. And I'm super excited. I am a personal fan of one, if not both of them, but at least one of them. Oh. But before we get started, I'm Janelle Rayburn, your host, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host,
Miss Kazmak in the building. How are you guys?
How are you, Kaz?
I'm very well, girl. How are you? Ooh, the jacket.
And I'm loving your jacket too. So we're going to get to the jackets.
Yeah, we're going to get to the jacket.
We are going to get to the jackets. But first of all, I want you to tell me about how your week's been.
My week's been really blessed, you know. It's really just been, how can I say it? I've just been focusing on my investment job. Good. And allowing it to do what we're doing right now. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a very awesome week. Good. What about yourself?
Good. It's been a good week. Yeah, good week. A few events this week. Mm-hmm. And it's been a busy one, and yeah, I'm just happy to be here today.
I'm happy that I'm breathing and I'm alive.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen.
Yes.
Amen. And yeah, we've got a great show lined up. So,
yes.
On to the jacket.
Yes. Okay, so our jacket is being sponsored by Love and Fire Clothing. You can go into Love and Fire Clothing on Instagram, and you will see these beautiful designs by this lovely lady by the name of Carol. I will just give you a little snippet of this jacket itself.
Come on, to the camera, Kaz, to the camera.
So as you can see with these studs going up, pop the collar, you know, Usher style. And yeah, so they're all bespoke, and obviously do get in contact with Carol on Instagram.
So seeing as you've done a little spin, I might as well get up and do a little spin too. Because I believe I've got some wording on my back. What do I say, Kaz?
So basically, at the back you can see fabulous, focused, inspired. I had no idea that history was being made. And sorry, let me just finish reading. I was just tired of giving up. So it's very, it's inspiring. And as you know, this platform is all about inspiration. This is a platform to inspire. So please, guys, please support Love and Fire Clothing.
Yes, please do. And just before we actually introduce our guests, I have a great quote on my arm, and it sums everything that we're about up here, right, Kaz? It says, she believed, she could, and guess what? So she did.
That's right.
So you guys, Love and Fire, check it out.
Yes, please do check it out. So Janelle, without further ado, let's bring on our guests.
Yes. So, as I said, we've got two exciting guests lined up, and we're going to introduce them one by one. So first of all, I'm going to start with a beautiful lady who goes by the name of Elayne Smith, or otherwise better known as DJ Elayne. She is one of the UK's top presenters, broadcasters and club DJs. And she is a seasoned professional in the field of media, entertainment and music. She actually catapulted herself to the forefront of radio in the 1980s, and she was the first woman to actually host a breakfast radio show on LWR. And then she went on to present shows on Choice FM and Colourful Radio and the Beat FM. And an accomplished TV presenter too. Some of the shows that she's presented include Top of the Pops, The Search for the Star, but most importantly, with all of Elayne's talents and all of her experience in the industry, she went on to co-devise and co-host the 291 Club. Ooh, the 291 Club, for those of you out there watching, if you don't know, you better get to know. I love the 291 Club, and actually I'll talk about it when we actually bring them on, but I was actually at the 291 Club probably a bit too early in my years, but we'll talk about that later.
How old was that? That sounds a bit...
I was 13.
13, hold on a second. What did I do? 13.
I was with my aunt. It's okay, guys. Mum, it was okay. Auntie Sharon was with me.
It was legal.
But anyway, the 291 Club is an amazing hit talent show, and it unearthed some real, you know, great talent like Skunk Anansi, like Eternal. A bit a bit more about Elayne. She has a passion, obviously, for searching for new talent, and she was the first female to ever work as an A&R manager with EMI Records. And amongst other stuff, Elayne is also a mentor for young people in the field of media and entertainment. So I could go on and on. I'm going to leave it there because she is joined by a wonderful man.
Right, so guys, I've got Miles Crawford. Now, Miles Crawford is a multi-talented. He is versatile television and radio presenter, popular warm-up artist. He actually did a bit of warm-up. That's why you saw us all cracking up earlier. Anyway, we won't go into that private joke. But he's a stand-up comedian and host within the comedy and corporate circuits. Miles performs at many venues around the UK and has hosted overseas tours in Dubai, Hong Kong and Singapore, just to name a few, including entertaining British troops around the world. As the co-founder and co-presenter of the 291 Club, along with DJ Elayne, who we have right here with us, Mart is no stranger to the world of entertainment and currently hosts a weekly radio show on London Soul Radio called The Soul of London. Mars runs a thriving business as a corporate and charity event organizer and entrepreneur, and he's a comedy entertainment business. Joke Club, comedy clubs, offers comedy service to more than, say, 100 venues around the UK and event planning services to a range of corporate clients. Wow. That's a lot. Wow. I think I need to find myself up. So, without further ado, let's introduce our awesome guest with us right now. Welcome, guys.
It's great to be here, isn't it?
Really? I didn't know all of that about you.
Yeah. A little bit more, but I did like that. That was well done.
I like that as well.
Did you like that intro, did you?
Yeah, we
I did like the intro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
bless you.
I like the way she just waved through it. That was just lovely. I did like that. It feels sweet.
Yes, you do.
Like Ribena.
Yeah,
But do you know, when we were growing up, we used to call it ragabina.
Ragabina?
Yeah, have you not heard that?
No.
Ragabina, yeah, because when you used to go to them dances and stuff like that, you remember they used to have the ribena in the cartons?
Oh,
and
yeah.
that, yeah. So it was named Ragabina.
Wow.
You guys are young.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit before. Auntie Sharon wasn't taking me out then.
Anyway, Hank.
And what's really nice, actually, is that, you know, as you go through life and you're just doing your thing, to actually hear it, your life being reiterated to you. That was very interesting.
Yeah.
It was really interesting, and thank you for doing your research, ladies.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys for coming on.
One thing, right, was I wasn't a co-founder. Elayne was the founder. I came into the 291 Club a little bit later on. Well, we can talk about that.
Okay.
We will talk about. Oh, and that's really nice of you.
That's nice.
Some people would have just
taken it.
I wanted to take it.
Me would have taken it.
She wouldn't have been able to leave it. Well, Miles.
It was all her.
We hope you don't mind, but as they say, ladies
No
first. So I'm going to start.
I'll just drink my Ribena.
We're just drink your Ribena quietly. Or your Ragabina.
Your Ragabina.
And my sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla. Cheers. Yeah. But I mean, as you know, I love clothes, and I love these jackets in particular. I mean, I think they're fabulous on both of you. But you know, like when you get like a boyfriend and they say, "Them can't read you. Them can't read you.
Them can't read me. Every word.
They can't read every word.
What else?
Ryan,
Strong,
Queen,
leader,
powerful,
when I hear that,
unique. What more you want?
phenomenal. Yes.
But, you know, we've spoken a bit about your journey, Elayne, and your career, which has spanned a number of years now, and you are one of the seasoned professionals in the game. And I don't just want to say, you know, top female presenter, but I would say top presenter. You're somebody that I've always looked up to from the moment. I was saying to Kaz, do you remember 291? Because I used to watch it at home, and my aunt was an avid fan, and she used to go, and one day she said, oh, you want to come to 291 with me? And I did. And that's the first time I saw you on stage, and I was mesmerised by you. You know, just your delivery and your style and the ease
and
with
your
which
fashion as well.
Yes.
Oh my God, thank you.
And the ease with which you present, and that amazing voice that you have. So it's absolutely an honour. I'm a bit nervous actually.
No,
It's
don't
an
be.
honour
No,
to
you're
have
lovely.
you here,
Yeah.
and you know, to be able to for you to talk about your story and talk about 291 Club, and you know, really talk about the fact that it's coming back. So tell us a bit about your journey. Before we get on to 291, I want to know a bit more about your journey as a female DJ and presenter in the UK.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about it.
I mean, I don't know. It hasn't been deliberate, because I didn't think that this was going to be my choice of career. And if the truth be known, I used to hate my voice. And even, you know, if we go further back, I didn't take any exams at school. I had a fear for the English language. And to sit here now and for you to say to me that I'm all of that in a bag of chips, you know, I don't know how I've managed to become an orator. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But what I do know, actually, when I did decide that I was going to do radio presenting, what I did, because I had this fear for the English language, I used to read everything. I could be sitting on the bus and I'd read the posters. Did you hear I checked my mic? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I was developing how to use my voice. And one of the things that I used to do, you remember those flat cassettes?
Yes.
Right? So I would just put them to with your TD tips.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Right? 180. Put it to record.
Those two buttons.
Those two buttons. And if it was a newspaper, the Bible, I would just find something to read, and I would just leave it there, and I would just read so that I could get a command of how to speak. Because that was another thing, my punctuations and stuff, they were all over the place. I didn't know where to put them, and I didn't have anyone to teach me. All I knew is how I wanted to sound. That's all I knew. So I would read and then play back. And it was funny because, and this is one of the things that I say to people if they want to get into broadcasting and stuff, I give them what I did to teach myself. And what I found out through listening to myself is that I had this habit. And I was like, I didn't know I had that. When I speak, I used to go, and you don't notice it. You just don't notice these little idiosyncrasies. So the minute I listened back to myself and realised that that's what I do, I cut it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I taught myself. So I didn't go to a university for radio and stuff. I wanted to, but the courses were all too expensive, and so I just had to teach myself, and that's how I did it. Reading a lot, and any word that I came across that I'd hear somebody else saying, I'd go and look it up, and then I'd try to use it 10 times for that day.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you're self-made,
Yes.
really. That's what
Yeah.
we would consider as being
Yeah.
self-made, because, like you said, no one taught you, but you just already had that vision of,
Yeah.
this is how I want to be, you know, I want to be sound, I want to be, you know, people to hear me like this. Even when you was counting, I was like, oh, I want to count like that. You went down, it did all of these, you know, it was really beautiful, and you were just counting.
Yeah.
So you really, what's the word, when you, you've got your craft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've made that craft, and you just said, this is me.
Yeah,
And no one
that's
can
right.
sound like you. Do you know what I mean? And that's really beautiful.
That's true, actually, because you have, I think, anywhere, if I was ever anywhere and I heard your voice, I would know your voice.
It's
You have a
you.
really distinctive voice.
Yeah.
But, of course, you taught yourself, and you know, you had this ambition, and I mean, for anybody watching out there, if you want to do something, don't let anything stop you. I think you're testament to that. You just get on and do it. There's always a way.
Yeah.
You had your little tape recorder with the two buttons, play and record, and your TDK tapes, and you played it back, and you listened, you know, you read the newspaper or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But as a female operating in typically a male-dominated space, can you tell me a bit about the challenges that you faced? Because I'm sure there must have been plenty.
Do you know, if anything, they were more challenged by me, and I'm not just saying that. grew up with two brothers. I had other brothers and sisters, but my my close family was my older brother, Donette, and my younger brother, Stanley. And if you met my brother and my uncle to this day, he would say to you that if they were out on the road and got into a bit of bother, they wouldn't bother to go and get my younger brother, they'd call me. You know what I mean? So I've always had that kind of, you know, don't mess with me, don't mess with my family. I'm a fighter by nature. And I don't see challenges, because if I see it in my head and it works in my head and I can see the path to get it, time doesn't bother me either, because sometimes we have to go left to go right, or we have to go north to come back south. But I've got that plan there. And if you're a creative person, you'll wake up and you'll have a number of ideas before breakfast. Yeah. And I think, oh, that's a great idea, that's a great idea. Some of them you don't even remember them. And it doesn't matter that you don't write them down, because along the journey, something will ignite that idea that you've got, and then suddenly all the pieces for that idea, suddenly you've got everything that you need for that idea. So, you know, you're in journalism, you go for an interview and they say, well, what can you bring to this newspaper? Somewhere along the line, you may not have thought about it, but somewhere along the line, this idea. I remember I used to tell this story in interviews, that like, you can be that creative and that convincing that if you told people that cats and dogs are wearing bomber jackets, they'd believe you. Yeah. Right? The other day I'm sitting there watching, because I love Taraji P. Love her. Love her.
She's amazing.
So I'm following her, right? So I get a notification up. It's her dog's birthday. She's in a pet shop. What's she buying? A bomber jacket for the dog.
You see it there?
You saw it there? I called it how many years ago? Do you know what I mean? So
You said it first.
And apparently they were putting this bomber jacket on this dog, and the dog never liked it. And she's like, nah, he doesn't like it. He don't. What's his name? Something Puffball or something like. Oh, Puffball don't like it. Now take it off. And, do you know what I mean? But I digress a little bit. And you're right. I don't let anything stop me because I see it in my head first. There's always a way. Always a way. And you know, Miles and I agreed the other day that we're sick to death of people saying that black people don't support each other. Guess what we do?
Yes,
we do it on a constant basis. We do. It's just that people who are purporting this, it's just that they're in the wrong arena and they've got the wrong people around them. So if you don't feel like you're being supported by your own in this arena, do you know what? Step out of your comfort zone. Get off of your estate. Go to another estate. Go to the other ends. Do you know what I mean?
Change your arena. Change the people who are around you.
And more importantly, change the way you think.
Your
we
mindset.
do support each other. Otherwise, we would not be sitting here having this conversation that you initiated.
No, very true.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
So, Mr. Crawford.
Yes.
Your turn.
I've got to say that the jackets are tremendous.
We love it.
And I know there's more. You're wearing black and white, but I've got to say, Carol. What's Carol's surname?
Kerr.
Carol Kerr. She's. We want some done for us, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, but I know there's loads of different colours and stuff like that. And you can get anything you want on them as well.
Literally, bespoke.
Yeah. So I'm into that.
Yeah.
So what are you going to get done? I want to know what you're
my style is a bit unique and crazy.
Okay.
So this would be interesting to see if she can recreate what I want.
Carol, you listening?
Yeah, it's a big challenge. But I don't think that style of jacket would suit me. Although I've got one, it's a bit small now. Used to fit. But I'm just wondering if Carol can recreate the same sort of thing on a different leather jacket.
You decider. That's Miles's role on the 291 Club was the you decider.
The you decider,
yes. And he used to come on with. He looks a bit like Larry Blackman from Cameo. Yes, I do remember now. Yes, with the jacket. The jacket, yes.
Yeah,
he had the cape. He had the red leotard. He had the coffee. Do you know what I mean? So
I was watching that the other day.
I'll tell you a story about that. I'll tell you a story about that.
Yeah, go on then.
The first one. Remember the first show we ever did?
Yeah.
My mum made my outfit.
Oh,
really?
Go on,
Okay,
go
what
on.
was the outfit?
What was it?
It was the same thing, but
Do you
not as
remember on the
extravagant.
Unicider?
Yes.
On the Unicider.
Yeah, and he's come on with a skateboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my very first outfit, if you watch the clips that are on the website, there's one of me in one outfit and there's another in the newer outfit, all right? And you will see the difference. And when you notice it, you will laugh your head off. I was made by mum, so...
First episode, people, check it out.
Absolutely, it's on the website. And... what it was some was made by a bit of curtain. You know?
Oh my God!
I said, Mum, what are you doing? What are you doing? But when it was finished, I thought that looks fantastic because my vision and ideas are a bit weird. So I went, right, Mum, I'm thinking of this thing, and I want this, I want that. Yes. I want this, I want that, and this, that. Okay, all right. And I said, right, I've got some leggings, my sister's leggings, and a top which just about matches, you know. And then she said, all right, leave it with me. I said, right, I want this. Anyway, and then when I came down, I said, that is fantastic. But it had a C on. It had a C there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the first one, if you see it.
Yeah.
Clapometer Man, that's what I call myself. So she made this C. I said, Mum, that's fantastic.
Sorry?
Clapometer Man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Mr. User. Like Clapometer is where we register the votes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was this superhero Clapometer Man. And I'd come on this big skateboard with fireworks on. It was so dangerous if you think.
I know.
And
Especially with the neck I was trying to visualise it.
But that's the response I wanted, because then, you know, everyone who used to be on the show used to be dressed to the nines and have like mule suit and this and that. I couldn't afford it. I thought, we've got 12 shows to do. I cannot afford 12 outfits. I just need one outfit I can wear. So let's just go right the other way.
We get the challenge.
Let's go right the other way and just be this black superhero guy that comes on in a weird way. And I tried it. The very first time I tried it, I was so nervous because I thought, are this audience going to go for it? You know what the audience was like? They could just...
I think they were shocked.
They were like...
They used to come on with a fireworks and he'd do a pelvis thrust like bang, you know that.
So I'm into pyrotechnics and sort of magic and stuff like that. I was part of the magic circle. So I had all these special effects that I could use. I thought, where better to use them than in the theatre?
He frightened 11 dialects at them, I think.
I was actually going to ask you a question. Tell us a bit about your journey in the entertainment industry.
It involved a skateboard, fireworks,
absolutely.
leggings.
I like to think of different ways how to come onto the stage rather than to walk. You know, I just wanted to change it up a bit, change the show up a bit, and the TV loved it.
Yeah.
I think our audience loved it.
A big board. They spent thousands of pounds if you think about it because it's all technical. That board, and it registered noise. It's like a small clapometer, but a big board, and they got that in. You know, they gave me all this pyrotechnics and all sorts of stuff, and it was a bit strange at the time because you have it all done for you. You don't just sort of put it together with what you think you've got in the shed. You know, so that was strange at the time. But I like to just think of different ideas and unique ways of doing things because can we do it? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yeah. And I mean, we was having this conversation as to how he's going to top the last outfit, and you know, in this modern day where everybody's showing more flesh, so he's going to come out in a mankini this time.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
You are
I forgot to
break the internet, the TV, gonna break everything.
I'm going to get Carol to do some designs on it for me.
You know what would be wonderful? A net curtain mankini. Why not?
What's going on here? Quick, write that down. You got to put
I remember.
You can replay.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it's just changing from the norm, from the norm, and that's all that was. And
but the whole show did though. Really, I mean, I don't think there was ever anything like that on British TV, and there's not ever been anything like that since. I'm sorry, Simon Cowell, if you think the X Factor's got it. Nothing on the 291 Club. So what I want to ask you, Elayne, is where did the original concept come from?
Well, the original idea came from, in terms of the actual 291 Club show, because of course we had talent shows before, and of course we had the Apollo before. But it was just lateral thinking. I was on LWR at the time doing the breakfast show, and we used to be furnished by major record companies who weren't really allowed to furnish the pirates, but they did, because we were the tastemakers. We used to break artists from just playing our tunes. And no disrespect to them, but I mean, I was showered in music every single day. Wow. And some of the stuff that they used to send us, they were so beautifully packaged. Photographs, you've worked in the magazines before, so you know the level of product that they send through and the amount of money that they put into it, right? And sometimes I used to play them and I used to think, the only one thing left to do with this is to use it as a frisbee. Was it that bad? Somebody, I'm thinking, how much you spent for this? Somebody said, no, I'm sorry. I've still got a garage full of record of
frisbees.
I mean,
your grandkids must love you.
Yeah, I never love one of those
frisbees.
But no disrespect, because I mean, you know, for me, which is why in a lot of record companies they later on brought on urban, I don't know, A&R people, which I later on became a team of over at EMI Records,
right,
because we knew what to play, right? We knew what was going to make it. Do you know what I mean? And we knew what real urban music is, right? But anyway, I digress. So one day I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And I went down to Dalston and I booked the Oasis nightclub.
Oasis, yes, I used to go there on a Sunday night.
That's it, Rampage used to play there, yeah? And they weren't doing so well on a Saturday night, so they gave me the Saturday night. And I had it all planned out in my head. I thought, right, okay. I had auditions, I think it was on a Monday. And the way the auditions format, which I think nobody was doing it like that. So doors would open at, say, 10 o'clock. It would stay open till about, say, 3 o'clock. And then after that, I'd close the door. And then the contestants would serve as the audience. And then I would pick out who I wanted. But just to show you that nothing stops me, I didn't have the money, right? So I printed everything off, and I knew that I wanted everybody to fill in this form and to take a ticket and all of these kind of things. But I just ran out of money. I couldn't buy pens. So I went into Ladbrokes and default them pens.
We did that to them Costa Cups.
So when everybody come in, them get a pen, fill out them things, get a number, get a ticket. But I'm always thinking of how I'm going to make this thing. And so this is what my format was. And because it was at the Oasis, on a Saturday night, I used to make it free before midnight and started the show at midnight. And then we called it Midnight at the Oasis, followed by that tune, yeah?
Followed by the tune, or you named
it
after the... Okay, I was going to say, wow, that's impressive.
No, it was Midnight at the Oasis, you know, that tune, Maria Maldonado, you know, so big tune. So that's what came to my head, Midnight at the Oasis. So we started the competition then. Plays was rammed within 2 weeks. We had to take it from there to the West End.
Wow.
Yeah, Pal Joey's, and then that's when Charlie Hanson and Bev Randall got involved. And after the show, that I made Charlie Hanson the judge, and he was like that he's going to approach Hackney Empire to do a variety show, and would I like to make my Talent Quest a part of that variety show? And I thought it'd be rude to say no, so I said yes. And then, you know, I think what, the first season we hardly had anybody in there. Do you know what I mean? And then one day, Bev said, we've got to start the show late, we've got to start the show, we've got to hold it back. I'm like, why? Because we were just used to like the first 5 rows, right? Let me tell you, when we stepped outside, the place ram.
Wow.
Just overnight, it was just rammed.
Wow.
I think we must have got like some marketing done. I think we had American Express and Time Out and people like that. They managed to get some sponsorship, and I think with all that kind of marketing with Choice FM and all of that, The Voice all came together, Pink Lady, and just by word of mouth and that bit of marketing, one day it was just rammed. It was just rammed. And then I think it was Charlie Hanson who got, it might have been Humphrey Barclay, I'm not sure, but it was a commissioning editor from London Weekend Television who had come down to watch the show. And so with the audience being what they were, and we're just delivering a show, having a good time on stage. By the end of the night, they were saying, yes, they want to do the show, but it was just a talent show that they wanted. Because it was the full show is a variety show. So we had comedy and games and what have you on either side. And the talent quest came in the middle. But the way the audience reacted to the talent on stage, it was compelling. And I think it was very compelling, that's right. And
because the audience were the deciders. Back to the whole you decide thing, right?
It was the audience.
Because you don't see that now in terms of like the talent shows and everything. It's always the judge deciding. But with the 291, it's whether you get booed or you get a chair. It's just completely
if you came through with the cheers, you were doing really well because the audience took no prisoners.
None.
I remember that. So you know, if you didn't strike it within the first minute or so. You know, if you couldn't pull it back, you were down the tubes with that.
But what was so fascinating is that by the time it got to television, and I mean, we even had one girl who got booed. She didn't get taken off, but she got booed, and you can see she was getting more and more aggravated. And she turned to the camera and she went,
that's classic.
Yeah,
that was a moment of TV gold, right?
Oh shoot.
She's lovely now. She'll kill me if I say her name, but I've still got that piece and I'm wondering whether I should put it out, but I'll ask her first. But I mean, the thing about it, every single contestant knew that they could get booed.
Yes.
We had, do you remember the unknown superstar, that white guy, oldest guy? He came on and he sung Gladys All Over. And the whole crowd was like, Gladys All Over, And he got through the whole song and everyone's like, yeah. And then they started booing him. Because they were like, we like the entertainment, but you're not winning tonight. They were so unpredictable. So unpredictable.
But that's the beauty. I mean, you touched on it just then. Our show was before the X Factors and the Britain's Got Talent and The Voice. And on all of those shows, you've got 4 people who decide who wins or loses. One person really who decides who wins or loses. It's down to that person. And so essentially you've got one person, right, who shatters people's dreams. We've got about 1,000
shatters their dreams.
But on our show, the audience decide. You know, it's the audience. We've got a lovely selection of judges. About 20 to be precise.
20 judges.
And the judges are hard hitters from all around the entertainment spectrum.
Okay.
All right. I mean,
should we give them an exclusive?
Yeah.
We'll give them an exclusive, right? We're going to give you an exclusive, and this is simple.
Shall we talk about it first, or no? Go on.
Right.
You sure?
You'll get it. We'll give you an exclusive.
And
the exclusive is that we've done loads of interviews. BBC, we've come back from London Live, and we steer away from mentioning all the judges because we can't remember their names. We got so many. So we're going to have a go now, right?
Okay.
All right, we're going to have a go, right? And we're going to have a go. I say one, you say one, right?
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you twist it on me now. Okay.
All right, you go first.
Right. Okay. I'll start easy.
Go
on. Carl McIntosh from Loose Ends.
Alan Thomas.
Crystal Rose.
Donna Kroll.
Errol Reid from China Black.
Ed Adieu from BBC Three Counties.
Oh, wow, okay. Trevor Sterling from Mary Seacole. He's the chairman of the Mary Seacole Trust.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, that's about 7, guys. Come on.
Yes.
We've got like 13 to go.
Have you actually counted?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Your turn.
Oh, is it my turn now? Oh, my days. You see more of my ideas, get myself in problems here now, right?
Just to let you know, we've only got like 10 minutes left of the show.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so where did you go? So I said
I went Mary Seacole.
All right, okay. Maria Kempenska.
Okay.
Founder of Jomblers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Chimes singer. Pauline Henry.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Pauline
good
Henry.
boy.
All right.
Carl McIntosh.
I said him.
All right, so I help you out.
Albert Etienne, BFM.
Help us out then. Help us out.
Leroy Logan? No.
Oh, Leroy Logan.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't forget him. Leroy Logan.
That was my one. Go on.
Oh God. All right.
Oh.
Tiana Rowland Dixon, Columbia Records, A&R. Yeah.
Yay. Hakeem Onibudu, Impact Dance.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
Where are we in the numbers now? Do you know? You start
We're about 18, please.
People are going to kill us if we don't get it right. Let me get a visual. Oh, you said Reed, Donna, Edadu, said him. Ellen Thomas. Oh, have you got one? Oh my God.
Zach from LWR.
I should remember that one.
Yeah,
You didn't say Ellen, actually. I don't think. Did you say Ellen?
Yeah, I said Ellen Thomas.
No, you said Donna Kroll. Ellen Thomas, so that's
No,
me.
but I said that at the beginning, Ellen Thomas.
Okay,
I did, yeah.
And
we've said Donna Kroll.
Yeah,
no sides.
Right, just make sure that we've got everybody, because I don't want nobody for Kilwe. I think we've got everybody. No, he's not a judge, he's a DJ.
He's DJ.
Oh, he's at the after party?
He's at the after party.
Gosh.
And speaking of the after party, let's solve for time, all right? We've got Jazzy Q from Soul to Soul.
Oh, wow.
We got Mystery, and we got Victor Vader.
Oh, it's heavy. It's going to be
So
heavy.
what time is this all finishing?
So the show, so tell us, when is the show?
Yeah.
What date, time, how can people buy tickets?
Friday the 9th of November, so it's Friday coming.
Yeah.
You can get tickets from, excuse me, did you, oh, they fed us some food, and I've got to tell you, right, my girl here, it was you, no?
Of course.
You mean my girl here fry up some fish and some chicken. What? Lord, it was like, you know, like they give you forks. I put down the fork, that was with my fingers. Nice repeating on me. It was
really
very,
nice.
very tasty.
And
the cabbage fish with the...
It was beautiful.
It was very delicious.
There's a spare container up there. I'll put some in the
Oh,
container.
you did.
Well,
Well, I've got to tell you, actually.
I've got hard dough bread up there.
You've got hard dough bread as well, innit? Well, with all the interviews that we've been to, this has been the most hospitable.
Yes.
Definitely, because...
Ribena.
Because, like, all right, right. We did, what's his name? Stillborn Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he gave us pizza. Happy, not complaining. We did London Live, don't give it ear.
Yeah.
And not just airwaves air, like not broadcasting air, but literally.
We were grateful, but we never got no water in. No water in.
I mean?
Yeah. I did Edidu's show, and he was great. We did get some. Did I get food? I thought I got a drink.
Sarsaparilla.
Never get no sarsaparilla. Okay.
So it's 9th of November.
Yeah.
All tickets can be bought through the website www.291.co.uk. We're going to open the doors about 6:45 on the night, and the show will start around 7:30.
7:30, not around. 7:30.
So be on
7:30, I'm not even joking, right? Because I am determined that we ain't gonna do Jamaican time or Nigerian time on this team, right? I'm telling you, if I've got half my face done, I'm coming out. You know what? Back in the day, I would have been like, no, that curls out. No. I've passed that.
Yeah.
I'm a big woman now. So really, look, just to show you, look, I'd have been wearing high shoes look at the sensible shoes. So, trust the eye, right? It's all... I must admit though, they're spats, they're stylish, right? But you know, we've gone past that. All we want to do is deliver an entertaining show.
Yeah, the show is
and we want it to be, it needs to run on time. We've already got our running order together and we want to deliver a professional show, because that's, you know, we forgot to say that we will have Channel 4 and the BBC. They both don't know that they're going to be there, but we'll have them in the audience, right?
Because don't tell anyone, guys.
They'll be in the audience because the first time round it was Charlie Hanson that produced the show. They know Charlie Hanson because he did Birds of a Feather and a whole lot more, so they know him. They only know us as presenters. They don't know that actually we're producers. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. When we walk down the road, we're producing that walk. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, we're producing the whole time. We are producers. So they were like, all right then, you know, so we said, just come down. We didn't force anything. We just said, just come down and see the show. Just come down and see the show. So they'll quietly be in the audience. So please don't fast with any white people you see in the audience, right? Thinking that they're Channel 4 or BBC or whatever, because we've got lots of white friends.
And that's one thing, it will be a highly eclectic audience.
Just like the stage show as well.
Just like the stage show. I mean, the stage show is going to be tremendous.
So I imagine you've got all your talent for this one now. And there will be more.
Yes, there will.
So if people want to enter, is it same place, website? Because I'm getting signals from the guy behind the camera there telling us to wrap up. So I'm trying to fit it all in right now.
Also, you're going to be giving away tickets, right?
Yes.
To our viewers.
Yes, you're going to be giving them away. We're presenting them to you to give away. We're giving you 2 pairs, a pair for you and a pair for you to give away. But we also will be extending your own personal tickets to come and see the show. So,
and where's some of the jackets?
Just the jacket.
I don't to give us a couple of jackets.
I'm planning to wear like leggings and curtains as well.
What a bring back! Listen, another 5 minutes.
Miles, you know how we extend programmes? We've got to do things to keep the cameras rolling.
Yeah, we do.
What should we do?
Right, okay.
Listen, I don't like what you just did there.
Do you know what? You don't like it?
No, I don't like it. You are just such a troublemaker.
Really?
We're pretending to have an argument.
I know. They didn't know what to do.
Make sure you go to 291 Club on the 9th of November.
I mean, they're in a You will see all of this and more. And these are just the hosts, by the way. Like, these aren't the contestants. But on a serious note, though, 291 was so popular back in the day. So happy that you guys are bringing it back.
Thank you.
Super excited about it. And Mr. Channel 4 and Mr. BBC, or Ms. Channel 4 and Ms. BBC in the audience, it's got to be back on our screens again.
Yeah,
you know what? 291 is where it's at. So
291.
Yeah.
291. Come on, girls.
291. Yeah.
291.
Yeah.
291.
Yeah.
291.
Yeah.
But can I just ask? I know we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
But why 291?
It's the address of the Hackney Empire, 291 Main Street.
Oh, wow.
I knew that. We should have left that as a. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how much of our viewers are actually taking note.
Are you going to set a question then? What question you guys setting?
We might not. We might just sell them.
They'll be out the door in their jackets. Don't want any tickets.
Selling.
I don't want any tickets.
Turn tickets up.
So we do have to wrap up. It's been so much fun having you both on the show.
Really
but before you go, this is the No Ordinary Woman chat show. And so we cannot let you both go without asking you which female role model has inspired each of you the most. So who wants to start?
Do you know, I've got to say to you that this is going to sound really, really, really corny, but I have to say my mother. You
It's
know,
not corny.
it's my mother, and for me, it's not just in the doing, but also the saying. Like, for example, somebody like Louise Bennett, the author, right? It wasn't so much what she did, but it was the way that she wrote her poems and stuff like that. It just reminded me of my mother, and because I was born here, it made me feel like I was born in Jamaica. It gave me that sense of closeness because the things that she would say reminded me of my mother. Do you know what I mean? And in a lot of the things that my mother says, it's really in me. It's just in me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, there's loads out there. There are loads out there, but if I was to say who my idol is, it would be my mother and my grandmother.
Wow.
You know, my mum says to me, "You're just like your grandmother." I'm like, and I am more like my grandmother, but I do have a lot of fire from my mum. Yeah.
That's nice.
So,
Yeah,
you're
thank
right,
you.
there are a lot out there. It's a very good question. So, my answer to that would be, who inspired me? It'd be Elayne's mother. Okay.
God help us on Friday night. Well, we really got to wrap up. But seriously, yeah.
See, we've extended the show. We
really have.
Yeah.
We're getting like this in our side eye.
But I was going to say the same thing. It would be my mother.
Yeah.
It would be my mother because just things she taught me and showed me by example growing up out there, you know, and anything is possible. And, you know, we didn't come from a rich, privileged background. You know, we just had to work hard for what we've got. And we used to go to church on a Sunday, you know, with a little change in our Sunday best.
Yeah.
What we thought our Sunday best was, but we felt good. You know, and that kind of taught me if you don't have any money or anything, it doesn't mean you can't dress up radical, you know, and carry yourself well. And that's been instilled in me. We're skint now, aren't we? Because we
Completely. We
But,
look like we have money, but
yeah, there's nothing there.
Nothing
But
there,
yeah, it would be my mother.
Okay. Well, thank you. So if you can just let our viewers quickly know how they can connect with you in terms of social media feeders. You've mentioned a website. So in terms of Instagram, Facebook, etc., how can our viewers connect?
Well, for me, I don't know my Instagram and Twitter and all of these. I'm terrible. So the simplest thing to do for me is just Google me. Elayne Smith. Just Google DJ Elayne Smith. Elayne spelled with a Y, Elayne. And I'm serious. Just Google me, and all sorts of things will come up, and it will take you to my Instagram and all of those kind of things. And also, if you're looking for the 291 Club, make sure you look for the original 291 Club. Original is very, very important. The original 291 Club, and that will take you into all that we're doing. And we're .co and we're .com as well.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, so guys, as you can see on the page, just click onto the original 291 Club. Just click into there and go over there, and you can purchase your ticket right now.
Yeah.
So, Miles, yourself, how can our audience connect with you?
Again, my website needs updating. But it's just simply miles@milescrawford.co.uk, and see a little insight into what I've done, what I'm doing. My comedy business, Juke Club, jokeclub.co.uk. We've got over 100 venues